break. So, this is a new week for everybody watching on YouTube. Right, so we're going to go to, we said Maeve and Vanera, didn't we? So, whilst everybody else is off doing whatever they're doing, and Maeve was embarrassing the bar staff, what would you like to do now?
I don't know how to get this off.
Well, I assume we'll have headed downstairs for breakfast after I've explained to you exactly what modesty looks like in current society.
I still don't get it, but sure.
So would we be in the bar when the cat's open and everyone get back?
I do want to go and, I suppose, perform a little bit of my duties. I want to go and explore the city, but I should go and at least put my head in at the university.
I can take you to the university if you'd like to go.
Yeah, I would.
I'll get these notes back out again.
You knew I was going there!
Well, to be fair, you've got 3 things that you've put down that you wanted to do, so I wasn't sure which one you were going to do first.
Oh, I do. After yesterday, I need to go and find myself a pearl. Something I don't have on me. I would normally have like a freshwater one. I forgot it at home.
Oh no. I'm sure we could find one in a market somewhere. While we're out in the city.
One of the fishermen might have some.
Quite possibly. We head back down to the dock.
Just so that everybody's aware, Maeve, in the last session, roleplayed that she didn't have a pearl on her. Now, I said that everybody could start with the components that they needed for all the first level spells that they picked when they first started. And Maeve forgot. So, she's going to go out now and get a free pearl, but don't expect that to be the norm. Okay? I'm just explaining.
That was me being a muppet.
You find a slightly amorphous pearl that kind of looks like Rory. And it's shiny.
Brilliant.
That would be stupid. What I'll do is I'll find someone who can do a little carving, and I'll put his face on it instead.
Oh God.
You just sit there rubbing his head.
Oh, yeah. This is going completely in the wrong direction. Right, moving on swiftly. Right, so Maeve, you make your way down to the docks.
Yes, please. Oh dear.
As you approach the docks of Bridge City, the salty air fills your lungs. The water below is deep and an inviting blue. The gentle sway of the waves lulls you into a sense of calm. You decide to take a swim and search for an oyster that might contain a pearl. So you dive into the cool water. What's Vanera doing when she sees you just jump
into the freaking water?
She will sit on the end of the dock, watching, keeping an eye out. I'm actually going to get in herself.
Okay. So you dive into the cool water, your vision adjusting to the underwater world. The sunlight pierces the surface, casting shimmering patterns on the sandy bottom. Fish dart around you, and patches of seaweed sway gently with the current. After a few moments, you spot a cluster of oysters nestled among the rocks, about 10 feet below the surface. So, make a perception check.
Perception 13.
Okay. As you swim closer, you carefully inspect the oysters, looking for any signs of a pearl. With a sharp eye, you notice one particularly large oyster that seems promising. Make an athletics check.
Oh dear.
This is Maeve.
Oh dear.
I could always cast Toll the Dead on it.
I got a 4.
You got a 4.
I got a 4.
Don't forget, you've got some pre-rolled dice there.
The maximum I would get with those is an 11.
Could be enough, you never know.
Yeah, cool. I'll use the 11.
Okay. With a few strong strokes, you reach the oyster and work to pry it loose from the rock. It takes a bit of effort, but you manage to dislodge it without much trouble. So now I'm going to make you do a sleight of hand check.
Can I not just bash it on the rock?
Yeah, if you want to make another strength check.
Actually, no. Yeah, I'll go with a +1 instead.
Oh, is it a 1?
No, it's a 5.
Wow,
5.
you're doing brilliantly.
You try hard, but unfortunately you can't get this oyster to open up.
Hang on.
Have you got hold of it though?
I'm sure I've got like a freaking little knife or something. So I'll get my little knife out of my adventuring pack and I'll just jam it in.
You don't swim with the backpack on.
Well,
Hey,
I would
bring
have
it back
left it
to
on the
surface.
shore,
No.
on the dock. I'm assuming that's where I took the oyster.
Oh, so you're
Yeah.
out of water. You never said.
I could tell you a few hundred Americans that did not work out for.
Okay, so you get back on the dock and you ask for a knife, or you get a knife, or...
No, I'll grab it out of my pack. I'll just sit down next to Venera with this oyster and just go.
Okay.
I'm with Venera right now. I'd be like, oh dear God, she's gonna chop her hand off or something. Do
Give
I
him, you little
help?
bastard.
Give me a dexterity check.
Oh
Yep.
God. Oh God.
You have your eye out, kid.
Oh dear. Dexterity check
Yeah.
itself. 8.
8. Roll
God.
D4 for me, please.
Uh-oh.
This is like letting a child touch an oven.
Low.
It's supposed to cut away from your fingers.
2. You take 2 points of slashing damage as you slash your hand open.
Maeve's an idiot.
At the moment she is. Jesus Christ.
Do I have some bandages or something on me, for goodness sake?
Probably not.
At this point, one of the dock hands comes walking over and goes, yeah, you're struggling with that. You want a hand?
Well, she's only got one left.
Yeah, I was just told out the one with drip. Here you go.
He takes the oyster off you, looks at it, and just bashes it against the side of the bridge and smashes it up. And then goes, hey, you're lucky here, it's got a pearl in it.
I could be really, really stupid now. Goes, oh, no, you keep that one. I'll get another one.
No, you won't.
You get a 5-second comedy retract.
Yeah, retract.
We're not going through this again.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, this is no longer Shadow of the Fates. It's called Oyster Catcher.
Sea monsters.
Shadow
How
of the
long
oysters.
until Maeve loses a hand?
Oh, wow. I'm slightly surprised Venera didn't take it off her, actually.
It was me letting the kid touch the oven to realize it's hot.
Yeah, she's watching the chaos.
You weren't even surprised if she cut herself, are you?
No.
So the dock hands is like, so, is that what you was after? And he holds out the oyster, the pearl.
Yes, thank you. Here, take this, and I make him a lily.
You make him a lily.
Yeah, it's just-
I misheard you.
Trust me, I'm a doctor.
Can I hand the sailor a couple of copper pieces?
Absolutely.
Aye, well, thank you kindly.
We've got work to get on with now. And he walks off.
I didn't mean to make that such a huge scene. I was hoping it would just went bing, bing, bang. Right, okay, done.
Yep.
I'm expecting the Duba judgment actually.
Yeah,
can
you
just
wasted.
imagine it.
You wasted
You're
some perfectly
weak.
good protein.
Protein, I love protein. Is that protein, bro?
I can't
Right,
believe you threw that 2 grams away.
I'll rinse my hand out in the water, which is probably absolutely freaking filthy.
even
It's
live, bro?
dirty, it's salty, and
Yeah,
it's
I was
cold.
gonna say it's probably brackish.
It's seawater. So it stings.
Yeah, but it's salt as well, so it's.
Full of microbes there. Fungus.
Right.
Aye, get some of them germs in there, it's good for you.
Get some of those
Um,
bad agues in there.
I suppose we better go up.
Yes,
So you make-
I think we should before you do any more damage.
I didn't damage anything.
So do you walk up the stairs and you pay the 2 copper to get in the elevator again?
No,
We'll
I'm gonna
take
run
the
up.
stairs. She needs to run off some steam.
So
Oh,
you make your way back to the top. Now what do you want to do? You've got your pearls, so you can cast your spells.
I look up and just sort of like try and get my bearings and go, aha! The tower.
Right, okay. So are you heading for the university?
Yes.
Are you heading specifically for the tower, or are you heading for the university itself? The tower's behind the university.
Well, we'll head towards the tower and go to the main entrance.
Okay, so you make your way up. You get back to the crossroads, and instead of turning left to go back to the Golden Dragon, you turn right. You head north along the bridge for a little while, and you get to this large building with Roman-style architecture on the outside. Lots of columns. You can see behind there's this massive tower that stretches up into the sky, 10 stories. You see that the main doors are all open. There's 2 sets of main doors. They're open. By this point in the day, there's lots more students floating about, going in and out. As you enter the main hallway, the entrance hall, there's a lot more activity now. So there's a lot of students running about. There's a lot of faculty moving around. What would you like to do?
Stand in awe as they're floating around. I've never seen that one before.
You do
Did
notice
you
that.
want to go to the library?
What was that? Sorry, Nick.
I was Venera was asking you a question, so.
I suppose. I think they might. I don't know if they're going to be expecting me or not. Oh, I better. I'm going West Country. Jesus Christ, better.
Small Maeve. Here, have you played potato?
Right, Maeve, how you going?
You seen them turnips?
Oh dear. I'll head over to the main desk. I go, hello, I don't know if I'm expected or not. I'm going West Country again, Jesus Christ.
Yep. Right, okay, so
Yeah.
you do notice as you're walking through that all these, the wizards, the witches, and the apprentices, they're all wearing pointy hats.
Yeah.
You're not wearing one. I don't know how Maeve would take that, but you see that all these magic users are wearing wide brim pointy hats. Some in better shape than others, in a variety of different colours, some with stars on, some without. As you make your way to the main desk, you see this little gnome woman sat behind a desk. She looks up at you, and she just goes, "Oh, not another one.
Another one?
You're not a student here either, are you? I'd recognise your face."
That's what the whale said.
I got brewed back again.
What do you mean? I'm not the only one.
But today seems to be a day of people paying me a visit. Plus, I'm trying to read.
What you reading?
Never you mind what am I reading.
Can I perceive what she's reading?
Sure, make a perception check.
Oh, fuck off, dice. 10.
No, you can't.
It's just supposed to be like a some kind of main reception area, right?
Yeah, it's the main entrance hall, and at the end of the hall there's a reception desk where students can come up and ask questions, or you can.
Is it an
Well, then
esoteric?
Venera.
Is it an esoteric book called Fly Fishing by J.R. Hartley?
Oh,
that she's reading.
Oh well, you don't know. You'd have to go and have a look.
Oh.
It might be what is it called? Tiger's Revenge by Claude Bottom.
With the gnome's response or whatever, Venera will just cut in slightly haughtily and say, "Is it not your job to receive people, given I would assume where this desk is?"
Yes, I suppose it is. It's just that it's a bit
Well then.
annoying.
I am a little bit annoying, to be fair.
See, even your companion agrees.
And yet, it's still your job, so if you could please help my companion.
Okay. And she puts what she was reading down in a drawer and shuts it. And then she straightens a tunic up and sits up straight. And goes, okay. What may I help you with?
My name is Maeve. I've been instructed by the elves of Avalon to learn more about the material plane. I've been told it's kind of a duty. I don't know.
She just looks at you puzzled and she says, and that has got what to do with me?
Well, how do normal people learn about magic?
How do normal people learn about? They study it. They generally enroll in the university.
Okay, what's in to enroll?
Right. I need you to fill in some forms, and she pulls out a big stack of parchment, just like this.
Good.
If you'd like to enroll, first of all, and you need to fill all this in, and we need to take your first year's tuition, which is 15,000 gold pieces.
Venera, do we have that much?
I don't believe we do, Maeve.
Need to ask more to kill those goblins.
Well, can I at least go and read some things? Do some things?
Like what? What? You can go and use the library. And she just points offhandedly towards where there's you see a set of double doors back near the main entrance, off to the right as you're looking at them.
Maeve, at that, will bow and go, "Thank you for being so most unhelpful." I shall walk off towards the direction.
And she just holds it. Wait, don't forget your forms.
What's the point?
Venera will pick up the forms and drop them down on the desk, and with a very, very slight bow say, "Yes, thank you so much for your help." Stride off behind Maeve.
You always get a loan.
The interest rate?
Yeah, you have to take down a whole nation to get the gold.
16,000 goblins later, let's
I'm
go.
sorry, are they from the U.S.?
So yeah, I'm quite for pretty much most of the day. I'm gonna be skipping around the library, looking
And I'm
up
trying
and
to stop you
researching.
getting blood on everything from the cut in your hand.
Yeah,
Hopefully, by the time I would have reached there, it would have settled down, and
Yeah, knowing you, you'll cut it open with a
clotting.
paper cut or something.
What's that cantrip
Just
you got
keep
that can
opening it
clean blood
up.
off?
Oh, prestidigitation! Yeah, I can just go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, never-ending
Okay.
cycle, because
So-
you touch it again and you're like, oh.
Do you want to spend the day in the library, just looking at books?
Yeah, and if there's probably several times that Venera might lose Maeve in the rummage, and she'll just message her saying, "I'm over here." Oh, just every now and again.
Right. So there's many different types of books in the library. There's some from like history of magic. There are some spell books. All like low level stuff. So mechanically, you've got access up to level 3 spells, but there's nothing above that. You can make some inquiries, but if you make inquiries of where the higher level stuff is,
Yeah.
it's pointed over at the restricted area, and it's like you can't go there. There are books on like the weave and how the weave has changed when Avalon fell from the sky and things like that. So it's up to you what you're actually looking for.
She's just gaining a general knowledge at the moment.
Right. Okay. In a day, you're not going to pick up that much.
No.
You're just going to have kind of
It's a starting
a
point.
general understanding of what books are in there and what's available. But you can make a note on something that you might want to research, and you can come back another time and actually spend some time doing it. But you have figured out that you can come here to learn some up to third level spells.
Yeah.
If you so desire. Right. So that's May for the day.
For now, yeah.
Right, okay. So I am going to move to, unless there's something Venera wants to do that is separate from Maeve.
No, not for the moment.
Question.
I don't dare leave her alone for 5 minutes.
Go on.
Does Maeve come into, or Venera come in to, bump in or see or interact with myself?
Yeah, I would like to ask that question too.
Right, so at the time, sorry, I just bumped the mic. At the time, you said, Lilith, that you were going to the university. Maeve would have still been in the bath. So you probably would have got back before they left.
Okay. Cool.
Unless specifically you want to spend a lot more time there.
She can keep going back to the university every other day, by the seems of it. So yeah, no, I'm fine with paths not crossing. So yeah.
Okay. Right, so I'm going to move on to Kallista to resolve her half day. And then
Okay.
I'll find out what Rory was doing for the rest of the day, and we'll probably wrap the day up and try and move on to the next day. So, Kallista, you were thinking about going to find some tieflings.
Yes.
So how would you like to go about this?
Maybe I would kind of... She wouldn't really know where to look. Maybe, so she would think like, oh, maybe I should go back to where I first saw them. Maybe I'll see them there again. So she would try that.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Right, so you can start looking around the city, basically. And go back to the main road. How long do you want to spend looking?
Maybe an hour.
An hour, okay. So, give me an investigation check, please.
Will do. is my 15.
15. Okay, so after an hour of looking around, you do spot one or two tieflings. They're kind of off in the distance, so they don't come close to you, but you can follow them quite easily. You can catch up to where they're going and follow them around if you so desire.
Yeah, she would do that. Just kind of follow them, see what they do. Maybe try to get their attention a little bit.
So as you follow them, you notice that they nip down a narrow alleyway tucked between two grand buildings. And you see them nip into a building in this alleyway. There's a small sign that hangs over the door of this building. It's hidden from the view of the main road. And do you read? Can you read Infernal?
Yes, because I have it as one of my languages, but I wouldn't understand why it just like in my head you're like, oh, I must be super smart and I can just pick up languages without knowing, like, no, this is a language that's ingrained in you from birth. So
Okay,
yes,
well,
yes, I can read it.
The sign is in Infernal, it's not in Common, and it says the Ebon Circle.
Ebon?
Yeah, E-B-O-N.
Okay. Circle. Okay. That is not how you spell circle. Bonnians. There we go, we're good.
Okay. What do you want to do?
She just looks up at the sign. No idea why she can read that for some reason. And just kind of goes... and goes in.
Okay. So you enter this little building and you find a modest but cozy establishment. The soft glow of enchanted lanterns illuminate a few tieflings gathered around tables, engaged in quiet conversation. The atmosphere is warm and welcoming, a stark contrast to the prejudice faced outside of the city, or that you faced. One tiefling, a middle-aged woman with a crimson hue to her skin and a mane of black hair, notices you come in. She stands and approaches you with a kind smile. And I have got a picture of this woman. And she says, welcome to the Ebon Circle. I'm Lyra. Please join us.
I just kind of go, thank you.
It's rare to see a new face in here. What brings you to our little sanctuary?
I, believe it or not, have never met another tiefling like myself. So I'm here just to try to find out where I come from.
Well, that's a difficult question. We all come from varied backgrounds. Generally? No, you were going to speak. Don't let me interrupt.
As funny as it sounds, you guys are the first tieflings I've ever really seen.
Well, unfortunately, that's not very uncommon. Usually we are born of some evil, a contract, maybe, between our parents and a darker power.
Hmm.
Some scorn us for this. Some fear us. But we are not all evil, despite the rumours. And I can see from your face you're kind too.
I did have a run-in with, I don't know, a weird bulbous looking barbarian, I guess. He was calling me a demon, and I never believe that's true. I mean, my parents, I feel like, raised me right. I don't feel evil or demonic.
Well, unfortunately, many of us have faced the world's scorn. But here in Bristol City, we've found a measure of acceptance. It's not perfect, but it's a start. And unfortunately, you do get the odd bigot, even here. Tell me, was this a big, muscular man?
Yes. Slightly bigger than the big muscular man that I'm traveling with, but yes, he was a big muscular man.
Did he have slightly pointed ears?
Kind of, yes.
That would be Darden Thatcher. He's angry for many reasons. Mainly,
Oh,
you see, he doesn't like people to know, but he has himself been the target of bigotry in the past, being a half-elf that he is. And he tends to lash out.
yeah. I almost fought him.
You wouldn't be the first, and she laughs along with you. You hear another tiefling that's sat at a table across, and he just shouts out, "You know, if you ever need any help, you can always find a friend in here. We have our own network of support. If anything like that happens again."
Yes, that I would be very grateful of any help. I'm traveling with a knight, and he has proved much helpful. And the group that I'm traveling with, they're a lot of fun. I don't know how to judge their characters. I mean, I've grown up with dwarfs my entire life, so they're not as gruff as what I'm used to. But any
yes,
help?
dwarves.
Hey, the ones who raised me were kind enough to take me in as their own. Horns and all.
You do know if you feel homesick, there is a dwarf bar in Dunhay Town.
Is there?
Yes, it's called the Hammer and Anvil.
Fitting. I might
You
have
might,
to take a look at it.
You might want to mind your head as you enter. Low ceilings. It was built for dwarves.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. A lot. I do have a question, and if you guys can't answer it or what have you, I completely understand. I bring up my sword, my rusty sword. Would any of you be able to tell me anything about this sword? Apparently it was found with me when I was an infant. and I have no idea where to even start to find any information.
She looks at it and says, "Unfortunately, I can't tell you anything about an old sword. However, you might want to go down to... Let me find my notes.
Go down to find your notes. Okay.
Yes. You might want...
It's a bookshop, it's really cool.
See Luca Ramskov at the Solace of Sorcery.
Sorcery. Okay. Okay. I can do that.
So I can give you some directions to get there, and it's very important that you follow these directions. The place is a little bit, shall we say, tricky to find. You need to go south along the bridge to the market square, the one on the bridge.
Okay, south along the market square.
At the southern end of the market square, take the road that leads east. That'll bring you to the bridge wall. Then you need to turn north, go past the market square, take the first left, second right,
Second right. Come on, hand.
and then the first right after that, and you'll see it on the right hand side.
Okay, what I got is you go south along the market square, and then, oh god, I wrote something. Square, southern end.
At the southern end of the market square, you take the road.
Take road east
to the wall, to the bridge wall.
to wall. Okay. Turn north after that.
Yep.
Past the
Yep.
square.
Yep.
Take the first left.
Yep.
Then the second right.
Yep.
And then the first right.
Yep.
And it's on the right hand side.
Yep.
Woo! I wrote down right.
Yay!
I just kind of go, okay, thank you. I'll have to seek that out.
Make sure you follow the directions precisely.
I will.
She offers you a drink. You sit down. I'm not going to roleplay it a lot now. But you sit down for maybe an hour or so, and you talk back and forth. And as you're getting ready to go, she just has a parting word for you. She says, "Remember, it's not about hiding who you are, but about finding the strength to be yourself in a world that often misunderstands us. You're welcome to visit here anytime. We're always stronger together."
I'll keep that in mind. I'll have to come back for a visit when I'm back in town.
Sounds like a bunch of counties.
Shut up!
It's the People's Party or the People's Front of Bridge City.
Splitters.
It's the People's Party of we don't know who our parents are because our parents probably did some sort of shitty agreement with a devil and we exist.
Alright,
I didn't
okay.
ask to be born, damn it.
Moving on. What's Rory doing with the rest of his day? Seeing as everybody else seems to be out.
Yeah, Rory would find a map and start planning the mission. Present to the others.
You want to find a map.
Yeah.
So you remember that they had maps at the Royal Chain Office. You want to go back and get one?
Yeah.
Okay. So you make your way back to the Royal Chain. The same clerk is on duty, even though it's now midday. And he just looks at you and goes,
Ah, you're back already? You must have been more efficient than I imagined. How many goblins did you kill?
Unfortunately, no. In my overexcitement at the chance to fight some evil, I forgot that we might require a map. Do you happen to have one?
Ah, you're not locals, are you? Yes. Just give me 1 second.
and he turns around and starts rooting through piles of parchment and stuff. He goes,
You don't want one of those maps over there. They're for tourists. No good. Right.
and he pulls out like a parchment map and he rolls it up and ties it.
He goes, have this for 1 copper. It's
Alright.
normally 2, but you can have a discount because you're on a job.
Very appreciated, thank you. Right. And then I would go. I'd leave the shop, whatever it is, the Royal Chain.
Royal Chain, yeah.
Yeah. Leave the Royal Chain, and I would go back to the tavern and study the map and get ready for the others to come back.
Okay, you want to study the map?
Yep.
Here's the map.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Let's put a little bit of music on.
So the trade road is that one.
Yeah, it's coming in.
It's the tradeway
south.
is the main road
Yeah.
coming down from the bridge.
Oops, sorry.
And so 10 miles south would be approximately where it would be.
Yeah, so
in the
it's
Broken
somewhere
Wilds.
around here.
Yeah. I see. Taking a screenshot.
Well, I'll put this up on the website so you can download it if you want.
Okay. Yeah, so
but
Rory's there with some lunch or something. I have to buy lunch, right?
You should have some rations, I do believe.
Okay.
You could eat into them if you want.
Nah, I'll buy some food.
You actually stay. Did you find? Alright, so it was bed, breakfast, and evening meal. So yeah, you'd have to buy your lunch. So you can get anything from the lunch menu for a silver.
Okay.
That includes a drink.
Yep.
So you can get
I'll
whatever
do
you
that.
want.
Pheasant pie, whatever.
Pheasant pie,
Vegetables.
yeah. Absolutely.
Pickled vegetables.
So, yeah, you'll have access to this map now you've purchased it. Whenever you want, you can just ask to see it and I'll bring it up.
Okay.
But yeah, this is basically the whole of the Principality of Seawain, which is where Bridge City is. The greyed out areas are either no man's land or it's somewhere else that, you know, is not anything to do with this principality. So you can see on there all the major cities in Seawain, or all the cities are marked by a circle. Large towns are a diamond, and there are some villages that are not marked because they're too small. But you can get a kind of idea of what you're looking at.
Right. I draw a circle where I think the camp is, and I wait for the others whilst eating my lunch.
Right, okay. So, Nameless has been training for the entire day. So let's just, unless Lilith wants to do something.
Nope.
We'll bring it to the end of the day. Because you're all off doing either researching in the library, or you're training, or you've just, you know, you're doing whatever. So we'll bring it to the day to a close. So you can all come back, have your evening meal, and you're all together, including Duba, who is invisible and mute.
He's quiet for once.
He is quiet. I think he got lost in one of the. He must have taken the chain clerk up on that offer of a brothel.
Oh dear.
But,
For whatever reason, it now burns when he pees.
so let's call it about 1800 hours. So that's 6 p.m. for those of you who don't have blood. You're all back together in the Golden Dragon, so you can discuss amongst yourselves whatever you want to plan for tomorrow or whatever you want to do. Well, this is the first time all day.
The knight would be sitting there with a strong beer, looking very stiff and sore, and kind of rolling his right shoulder sometimes like it's bothering him. But also, despite his face being hidden, you could tell by his demeanor that he's rather satisfied with the day. So he's actually showing some sort of physical emotion for once.
I think Maeve has surprised Vinera a little bit in the library at the focus she actually shows for books. She'll find a book, sit in the aisle, sit and read for like 15-20 minutes at a time. On like specific little topics. Oh, okay, and then pop it back and find something else.
She's actually putting the books back?
Yeah. She does have a respect for the subjects that she is actually learning. But it's a different side to Maeve that Vinera might actually have noticed. But when we get back, I think I've actually sent little Dara out to maybe paw at the leg of Rory a little bit.
We all sat at the same table.
Yeah, I would say so.
I'd assume so.
Yeah,
why not?
I'm sat there with my map, and I look at Maeve and Venera, and I smile, and I say, "So tell me, how was your day?"
Pretty productive, actually. It'd be even better
Surprisingly
if
so.
we could have another look at the book.
Oh, sure. What? Where have you been?
Oh, I've been up to the university.
Oh, the magic place.
Yes.
Dubar told me about that.
just been
Well,
taking in a lot of their wares.
are you interested in becoming a mage?
I am a mage. I've been a mage my whole life. It's kind of why I'm here.
You're to learn more about magic.
The world in general.
Well, how about I lend you the book, and you tell me about what you discover in it, and you can keep it as
Of
long as you
course.
tell me. I found that on a very dangerous person, and I think we should treat it with respect, and we might need it at some point to help
Of course.
close this mystery. But
Look, if we're
I
all...
respect your thirst for knowledge.
Hmm.
And if
Thank
this
you.
could help you in your quest, then who am I to get in the way? And Rory hands it over.
Thank you. And she'll sit there and start flicking through.
I've got to ask, is Lilith wearing her pendant right now?
It's hidden.
It's hidden. Okay.
She's still very nervous around people, you know, just with how much she can trust them and, you know, what they're gonna do and how they'll react to her, so she's very guarded.
If that comes up, then it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I want to hear what I got up
was-
to, Dubar and I.
Was there something... I'm going West Country again. Was there something that we needed identifying? I can't remember. Or was it just the book that we were looking?
No, it was me needing something identifying. If I think, yeah.
You have ritual
Have you actually specifically asked me to identify anything?
No, I have not.
No.
Right. Okay.
You're just helping me try to figure out No Name's name.
He has to identify on No Name.
That was the identification. Knowing what
No,
No,
no, no.
Name's
That's
name
when we
was.
do legend lore.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you need something a bit more powerful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming Rory's got the map out on the table, doesn't he?
Yeah, I got the map out on the table and there's a circle.
So
It's a
Venera
different
has
colour.
seen that and will just lean across and say it
I've been.
looks like you've been busy.
Ah, yes. Dubar and I signed us all up for a job. We don't have to take it, of course, but it's at the Royal Chain, the Monster Hunting Guild. Pays quite well. 700, maybe a bonus, if we take out some goblins who are preventing trade along the trade road. They're causing inflation in the city, and it's hurting a lot of the poor.
Kelly hearing that would go. Well, I'd be down for that.
You
Quite
hear
a-
I
an
mean,
you hear an
quite a good
annoyed grunt
contract.
come out of the night as he drinks, and his expression is sour. At least his eyes, you'd see what you could tell from his eyes, a sour look from hearing that it's causing grief.
Kelly just looks is like, see, No Name agrees with us. He's on
Pays
board.
quite. The pay's quite. I don't know if you were in the employ of the caravan, but it was several months, and the pay for this is a lot more. And I could do with the silver in my mission.
I mean,
And I'm sure
it
you guys
depends-
could as well.
Yes.
He nods.
I'm lost in the book.
caravan I was taking care of was coming from the north, so yes, there are definitely perils to every caravan. But if it's causing taxes and higher import rates, no. We need to put a stop to that.
I think it's in everyone's interest in the city.
He even puts down
Yeah.
his mug and pulls out his brigandine, and he says, "I need to improve this."
Well, this is one way to help you in that quest, friend. So,
How do you
I
feel
say-
about this, Maeve?
Huh?
Sorry?
Vanera will slightly roll her eyes as Maeve has obviously not heard a single word.
Engorged in her book.
Just to
say,
give her the brief.
Oh, that might help. Will it?
Would you like to help?
Oh, you said something about like coin. That'll help the university, won't it?
How much do you need for the university?
I think they said something like 1,500.
15,000, Maeve.
15,000 gold. Who has that kind of money?
The students, apparently.
You just hear the knight grunt and laugh, grunt and chuckle at your remark.
You're telling me? And how long is that for, the tuition?
Oh,
1 year.
maybe.
How many years do you have to study to become an archmage?
I would imagine at least 25.
Hundreds of thousands of gold. You could probably buy the whole city for that.
Welcome to the U.S.
He's not wrong, but yeah. So,
So yes,
I
this
mean-
one job might not quite get us there, Maeve.
I
The answer to
think
that
you'd be
question.
better off collecting more of those books, to be honest.
but, like, magic isn't really my thing, but is becoming a mage something you could kind of maybe teach yourself?
Oh, of course.
You do need some training, I imagine. It's quite dangerous.
Yeah, like just getting guidance from teachers, or guidance from other mages. So
Or
maybe
guidance from a higher power.
maybe
Yes.
you don't need to go to an actual school. Because
Oh, no, of
15,000
course.
gold is
I
a
mean,
lot.
See,
summoning
I've
the
been
power
able
of
to...
a higher power is even challenging. The rituals involved, the hours of supplication.
See, and then Maeve will just sort of like click her fingers and her whole sort of like from here up just turns into a little bit of flame if the pub will allow that.
Imagine it'll just go out.
Does it look threatening?
No, she's just like doing that.
If it doesn't look threatening, you're okay.
Yeah. See, I've been able to do this most of my life after a little bit of West Country, after a little bit of practice. I'll
The
just...
knight would pause his drink, watching her with wide eyes as like she
Oh.
lights the top half of her body on fire.
That I would assume that's a real flame. It would be hot. She's like, yeah,
Yeah.
you want to see something I've been able to do my entire life? She just reaches, touches the flame, holds onto it. Let's go. No burn.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Apparently, I'm fire retardant.
You're fire retarded.
Special asbestos
Retarded.
tiefling.
You're fire resistant,
With the
which means you actually take half damage from whatever Maeve was doing.
Oh, roll
Yeah.
the d10 then.
Ow. I get the half. Like, see, it doesn't.
Oh, actually-
well, to assume it doesn't hurt that bad, basically.
I apologise, I need to rejigger that a little bit. It's control flames I had, not produce flame.
Ah, so you have to have an existing fire.
Yes.
Well, there'll be a
You could
candle on
do
the
it with
table.
you could do it with a candle, yeah.
Yeah.
Make it grow.
There's gonna be a
Yeah.
candle on the table, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying I need to reflavor that.
So you wave your hand and the flame from the candle comes up around your hand.
Yeah.
For a brief moment
I
before
would
you let go.
just-
and it goes back
Just
to the
kind of
candle.
speak up and kind of go. I met some other tieflings today.
What's a tiefling?
Yo,
Oh, that's.
tiefling.
I've never met
That's
one.
why that.
I think I just made Nick giggle.
That you said that really fast. I just
She
didn't
said
catch
she's
it.
never met one.
I'm a tiefling,
Well, it's nice to meet
so
you.
you have met one.
No, but I don't think we've ever actually established in character, like
Oh, yeah,
face to
that's
face
right.
with Maeve.
Right. You wouldn't until you've never seen one until me,
Yeah.
and you didn't have a word for it. Yeah.
See, I've seen satyrs, I've seen fawns, I've seen lots of other. I'm going West Country
Fey
again.
creatures.
Yes.
Yeah, there's
I,
lots of species with horns.
I didn't know I was a tiefling until I was a little bit older. I was actually raised by dwarves.
Huh.
I was
I've never met
raised
one of
by
them either.
Father Ted. Such a kind man. Such a kind man. Very generous.
I heard he's a little
I'm an
bit of an
orphan
nurse.
too.
I'm not an orphan. I have parents. So to speak. They are my parents.
As far as she's concerned.
As far as I'm concerned, yes. And No Name took me to his I don't know. I don't know what you call it. The place where
He
knights
lowers his
go
mug.
to train.
Order of the Golden Bridge, and then and then sips on his beer again.
Yeah, we went there. I got to train for like half a day, just like do fighting stuff. Pretty great day. There's a store I'm supposed to go to figure out where my sword came from.
Maeve drifts back into a book.
Right. With that, I'm going to end the day.
Mhm.
So you can all go to bed. If you need to heal and have a long rest, you can do so, or you'll get your spell slots back in instead.
Yay.
Can Rory roleplay helping her with her wounds? Notices her hand.
Absolutely.
See, you've got a nasty cut there.
Oh, it's nothing.
May I?
Sure.
Rory takes her hand and he makes a prayer to Ithas. And he casts Healing Word.
Who's it this?
And he says, knit. And the wound in her hand. I'll roll.
I only need 2, so
Yeah, just took all 2 hit points.
off myself.
Yeah. Healing Word, where is it? 1d4 plus 5.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you can heal it.
Yeah, 6.
And then
You see your cut just knit together with, looks kind of like fire. It's like fire as it knits together. You feel the pain being sucked away out of your hand.
oh,
and I
that's
said-
similar to something I can do too.
And he says, Ithas has taken your suffering.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ithas.
See, who's Ithas?
Ithas is the son of Julius, who was cast down to the hells. Do you want to know why?
Go ahead.
He gifted the world with fire from a sacred ember stolen from the forge. He saw the disparity of power between the gods and men, and he decided that he would take it into himself to gift us with the power of the divine, and he was punished for that. And so I worship him. And through my worship of him, I am able to take away the suffering of others, because he is suffering. And he is willing to take on our burdens even though he is suffering. But if you ever see me in combat, know that you're on the right side when you see how I can meter out his vengeance upon our enemies.
Quite a noble act, really, isn't it?
He
See,
is worthy of our praise. And I look
Have
down
you
at
ever-
my symbol.
have you ever met with us?
I hope one day I may be able to get closer to him, but he is locked away in a dual state. He is able to simultaneously live in suffering, but also he has transformed his hell into a paradise.
Kind of sounds similar to my god, then. Mine's currently trapped in the Feywild.
Imprisonment.
My father and mother used to walk with him, talk with him. And Vivian. Merlin and Vivian. Used to commune, and they were protected by him.
It can be sad feeling separated from one's god.
I never met him. But I still believe he's there.
Can you commune with him still?
No, not in the way that my grandmother says. It used to be like a physical connection.
Hmm.
I've never been able to get any response. But
Is that part
I
of why you
suppose-
wish to know more about the way of the world?
oh yeah, of course. I've been brought up by my family who only know the traditions of the Feywild. So it's time for our family to learn of the material plane. Because we're not going to go back to the Feywild anytime soon.
While this is going on, I will just interject that the knight is just sitting there and just listening intently to their exchange, looking rather fascinated with what they're talking about.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Kallista's just sitting there too, just kind of listening, but her tail is just kind of, because I'm assuming there's ambiance music in the background. Her tail is just kind of swaying behind her.
Not down in the bar, actually.
No?
We're not?
There's no music.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, music. Okay.
But you can actually talk.
So you,
Talk
Then
quietly.
And
Neil's just
Venera-
kind of like hanging out somewhere.
go on, Venera.
I say Venera's probably not openly showing it, but some signs of anxiety at how much Maeve is sharing, but also doesn't feel like it's necessarily her place to interject. So I was just looking, if anyone knew her well enough, looking slightly nervous.
But see, I'll lean across the table and touch Rory on the forehead, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds. You see, I do have a little connection.
How does Maeve cast Cure Wounds?
It's a very natural sort of sensation. You can actually almost feel any minor injury or whatever sort of like knit back together like vines crawling, growing back together. On a hand, you would just see sort of like a pulse of energy wave as I've touched you on the forehead.
Oh, I got an idea. You touch me on the forehead and my hair grows back.
Okay.
Whoops.
if you want that to happen.
Yeah, that's
Well,
probably
he's
what
not
happened.
missing any hit points, so I
It was
suppose
super
you're gonna kill him.
effective.
And it grows back really long too. But what I was
I
actually
just go
getting at
shave.
is how does Maeve actually cast Cure Wounds? Not what does it look like.
Yeah. Yeah,
Each
can she
spell has
actually
got
do
its-
it?
Oh, sorry. Verbal, semantic, etc. VS on that.
Okay.
So I'll touch my finger to before I go Ithas blessing. Not Ithas, sorry. Merden's.
Oh, yes, I got another worshipper.
Yeah. She momentarily
It's
switched.
temple
just
is growing.
My head's going.
Right. Okay, I'm going to end the day, so you'll get your long rest. Maeve, you can roll your 2 dice.
Yeah.
And tell me what they are.
Will do.
I'm going to assume that because you've picked up this job, you're probably going to want to go and do this job.
Yeah.
On the moment. I'm going to bring the session to a close, but I want to bring it to a close while you're actually off to do it.
Okay.
See what that is.
That's just my numbers.
Right. So you wake up in the morning. You get your breakfast. Those of you who didn't purchase a room with food, your breakfast will cost you. If you're going for like just a small breakfast, 4 copper pieces. If you're going for full breakfast, it's 8.
I didn't pay for mine.
You've got full service.
This is going out and doing the job.
So you will be going out and doing the job, yeah.
All right. Yeah, my
Well-
character is going to get the full breakfast. He wants the carb and protein up.
Yeah, I'm really
Yeah.
probably you a little bit because I don't want you to be like just stuck in a roleplay loop in Bridge City and not
I'm
actually
gonna
do anything.
take-
No, that's fine. No, I'm not saying like we're gonna roleplay the whole thing, but yeah, he's gonna go. He's gonna order sausage, egg, bread, and load
Right,
up on
so
it.
8 copper pieces for you. The rest of you, I think you all got room and board, so you can order pretty much what you want.
Is there a
Well,
vegetarian
I'm gonna
option?
do.
If you want a vegetarian option, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can order whatever you want.
Veggie option.
I mean, as long as it's not, like,
Myconids
tofu,
are actually
because you don't
sentient
have that.
beings.
But you can get like either like
Yes, they are.
breads and cheeses and stuff like that if you want to go, or you can go totally vegan and just get vegetables and
No,
whatnot.
I'm having the cheese. I'm sorry. But I'm also going to be taking some away with us, just so we can nibble on a few things.
Protein, bro.
Myconid
alright,
truffle
so-
oil.
If you're going to take a doggy bag, you can add a day's rations to
Yay!
your
I've
inventory.
seen
Lauren
a D&D
wanted some
campaign
coffee,
where
I
someone
think.
Plays a Myconid.
Really?
Yes, it's pretty great.
What
I
does
loved
it
how they
make?
did it in BG3. I loved that little part of the game.
They
Um,
TFS did it. Team 4-star.
Yeah, Lauren said something about she wanted coffee.
Hmm.
Okay, coffee's expensive, 8 silvers.
It's like a week's
But
board.
it's so good. I'm already
Ugh.
addicted to coffee in real life, so I'm just.
It's fine, you
gonna
drink it
do
enough, you
this.
might get an addiction to it in the game.
Oh yeah, you get a headache.
She's only having 1 cup.
A day.
And
That's how it
savouring
starts.
it.
Yeah.
It does. That is how it starts. And then
Yeah.
you're up
It starts
to
with
where
one
I am
hit
now
and one
having
hit and one hit.
an entire pot of coffee, or 2 cups of coffee, whichever you want to call it.
Right.
Right.
What's next?
So, you have your breakfast. Nubar has a full breakfast with all the meats.
He just
Enough.
unhinges the straw again.
Yeah, enough to feed at least 2 people. And the barkeep is looking like he undercharged Dubar for the room and board for the amount that he's putting away.
Maybe I'll have the stew.
Rory has got a map and he'll have shown you all where you need to go. So you're heading south. I will load up. This will take a little while because I should have preloaded it for you. I'll load up the Bridge City map. Hopefully when you're all in. But you're basically coming out of the Golden Dragon, you're heading south and you're going right through Dunhay Town, which none of you have been through. Dunhay Town is... The further away you get from the bridge, the poorer it gets. Where houses are very close together, very small. The streets aren't quite as clean. The main road that runs right through the centre is clean. But the side streets, not so much.
Oh, that's where the Hammer and Anvil is in Dunhay.
Oh, I'll wait for the
As
rest
they're
of you to load
walking through the slum, the knight, it seems like in one motion, pulls back his hood, so all they get is a glimpse of blonde hair, and pulls down his hood and puts on his helmet at the same time, seeming to fit it down onto his head. Like he's done this motion so many times, he knows exactly how to place it on his head without adjusting it.
Right. So he's wearing an iron helmet. So the two elves, you would suddenly have an uneasy feeling as he puts this helmet on. Elves, or any magic user, but more so like the Fey creatures, you've got this innate magical sense of every living being around you. It's not so much that you can pinpoint people, but every single living being has got like a little bit of magical aura to them. And as soon as he puts on this helmet, he nameless just disappears as far as you're concerned.
It becomes a blank.
And it is very disconcerting. So, yeah, you've all loaded up. So you're basically walking down this main road. As you walk down the road, you can see in the distance over here that there's a large curtain wall with towers. That looks like a castle on the inside. You walk past the archery butts, where you can see this is actually the last day of the week now. So let me advance this. Let's call it 9 AM. So this is the day of Eleanor, which is on the calendar. The last day of the week is actually a holiday, so all the shops are closed on this day. So you walk past the archery butts and you see some children and adults practicing. Standing before you in the centre of the road is a Circus Maximus. There are statues around it.
Hippodrome.
It's a Circus Maximus. I know it looks like a hippodrome, but it's actually Circus Maximus. That's the closest thing.
Still just as epic.
The atmosphere around the building with the statues of sporting people. So you've got like horse riders and horses that look like they're in a race. There's even a couple of people that look like gladiators in these statues. The statues are huge. They're like 30 feet tall. Not made of anything sort of precious, just like normal stone. So even the statues look poor. But you kind of got this atmosphere around the building, like you can almost hear the sports going on inside. But it's closed today. You make your way around the Circus Maximus, and there's a little market square. And even though all the shops are shut, some in this part of town, with it being so poor, a few traders do try and trade early on a Sunday morning, on not Sunday, but the last day of the week, early on Eleanor's day morning, to try and earn a little bit of extra coin. As you walk past, you notice that one of these traders is shouting at three large people who are shouting back, and they're standing in a threatening manner, and everybody around the market square is giving them some distance, and some people are trying to sneak away. It's very obvious that there's something going on here. What do you want to do? You want to walk past?
Perception check.
Okay, you can make a perception check, absolutely.
Yeah, I would want to check it out. May I also do a perception?
Yeah.
19 total.
19. Alright.
I would cast guidance and do a perception check, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
think
Yeah,
that's-
I rolled a 10. I got
What
a
is-
10.
I rolled a 16.
Yeah, the one. Perception. Got critical hit.
23, absolutely.
And oh wait, I rolled 2d4 because my thing.
I think 23 is high enough.
Whoa!
Yeah, got 24.
Sorry, my headset fell off my head and then decided to spin around me.
Okay.
I have
Oh,
8
God.
total.
Right, okay. You, with the exception of Kallista, who got a 10, you all actually notice what's going on. Maeve didn't make a perception check, did you?
No.
But there's three big burly dudes that are obviously like thugs of some sort that look like they're shaking this stall owner down for money.
Is there anybody standing alongside me? On my left side.
Well, you're walking in a group, so it's up to you.
Well,
You tell me.
Whoever's alongside me, they would see me push my cloak back some and see me pop the sword out of the the passive lock in the halberd, but not reach for it. But it's loose now in the halberd, while still
So I
looking at the others.
When you say shaking down, it's like clearly shady.
Right.
Yeah, it definitely
Right,
looks like some
there's-
sort of.
Man,
You can't really
guess
tell
it's
the same from the distance that you're at, but it definitely looks like they're asking for some sort of protection money or something like that, and the stall owner is trying to get out of it. But not very successfully. The three guys that are around him are pretty big dudes. They're almost the
Are
size
there
of
a-
a big bar.
Are there a lot
Um,
of people around, aside from those, or are they all made like a distance by now?
There's not a huge amount, with it being the day that it is, and it's early morning. The few people that were around the market are all trying to scatter away. They don't want anything to do with this. I mean, you're in the poor part of the city.
The knight looks to Rory and taps him on the shoulder and points at them, and then gives a gesture like to talk, to confirm what's going on. Like, talk to them.
Wise. We should try
So
and
you-
de-escalate this.
So you want to walk over to the incident?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So as you walk over, we're going to end the session. And you'll start next session by rolling initiative.